Welcome back to Living Local. So is your child getting ready to take the ACT, or maybe they're struggling in school? Well, summer tutoring is a great way to keep your child's mind sharp during summer vacation. And here to talk about the benefits of summer tutoring is Alec Fetterer, owner of Transform Tutoring. Alec, so great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Transform Tutoring and exactly what you offer.
Yeah, so Transform Tutoring is a test prep company where I specialize in ACT and SAT prep, but I also do a little bit of mathematics coaching for college students.
Okay, so during COVID, the ACT was optional, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it still optional?
Yeah, it's still test optional.
Okay.
In fact, about 90% of schools are doing the optional route, with 50% of those being temporary and 50% being permanent.
Okay, and so a lot of folks here, they don't really take the SAT anymore, right? Isn't that mostly a test for like East Coast or West Coast?
So
okay.
It's kind of changed. Like the landscape is pretty much most schools will take both.
Oh, okay.
And it's really popular here in Iowa to do, or in the Midwest to do ACT, I would say.
Okay. All right, so that's the popular test. What's the typical timeline for students taking this test?
Yeah, so the timeline would be probably on average a junior would take it in the winter time of their junior year, and then want to possibly retake it in the spring or summer, maybe get some training, some coaching with someone like myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they're advanced, they might want to start after their sophomore year, get a leg up on applying to competitive schools, things like that.
Okay, so for students who need to take the ACT, why should they consider prep coaching?
One of the reasons would be with the competitive colleges, you're still going to give yourself a leg up on your application. Mm-hmm. And probably the most popular reason people come to me and want to take the ACT or improve their score is because of scholarships.
Yeah.
You can still, even though the test optional thing is out there, you're going to want to have a test score to get the scholarships. They don't usually take them just off GPA alone.
Okay, good to know, good to know. What kind of improvement have you seen with students who take the ACT prior to coming to you? Or, you know, maybe they've taken the test, you know, they got their score, and then they come back for some tutoring, and then they have a different score.
Sure.
So
yeah, for sure. So the average improvement when people work with me is about 4 composite points. Now, sometimes it's hard to figure out what that means without some context. So on average, if a junior starts and takes it for the first time, if they have some time between and they take it again, it's about a 1-point increase. So I'm pretty pleased with that improvement, and it really helps. And 97%, I think, of the students I coach, their scores go up.
So what is a good score?
Well, I guess that can be relative. I mean,
what's the average score?
Yeah, the average score is about a 20 to 21, but most students are targeting that coveted 30 score. Because a lot of the scholarships start there, or you think about more competitive schools, they look around that level.
And how often do you recommend students take the test?
Well,
I guess it depends on the score too, right?
So
if you get a good score.
They really see a plateau at the 3rd time. Okay. But people take it once, usually get some coaching, take it twice, and hopefully they'll be done after that.
Yeah, and they will see, you know, the improvement in their score as well. Do you think the pandemic had an effect on academic performance and scores?
It did. It had an effect in the mathematics the most, because a lot of those students had to do the class online, and when they're used to more hands-on their whole life, that was challenging. That said, when they learned how to teach themselves online, it was really, really helpful. Yeah.
What sponsorship and scholarship opportunities are available through Transform Tutoring?
Yeah, I have a sponsorship program for students who, let's say they can't afford it, but a family who has more money, maybe they can afford to provide the assistance for that student. They can sponsor them and just pay for their program at a discounted rate. There's also the scholarship program. So for multicultural students, if they want to go online, fill out an application, they can be selected and get the program for free.
Love that. Love that. That's great. Something definitely to take advantage of out there. Is there still time this summer for students to get help with their ACT, or maybe a certain subject that they're struggling with, you know, from this past school year? And what would be the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah. So students can this summer they have a test in September, so there's still a little bit of time, probably 8 to 10 week window.
Okay.
Also, if they're looking for help, there's with the math classes, I could do a bridge program where students can kind of look at their last class and work on that material but get ready for their new one. And if people want to reach out to me and contact me for those things, can go to transformtutor.com, or they can reach me on Facebook.
Okay, and so for folks who come to see you, what's the average length of time? Is it a couple of weeks? Is it off and on all summer?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Everyone has a different goal, different needs, but on average, people are coming for 8 weeks.
Okay.
They'll go 8 weeks back from the test date they're training for and work for that. Now, if they fall short of a goal, then we can extend that and try to push for that. Or some people are starting young and they're saying, we're in this game for 3 years. It's nuts.
Oh, that's hardcore then. Yeah. That's awesome though. And it does. It's kind of based on individuals too, right? Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Alec, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today and get us up to speed on the ACT.
Heck yeah, thank you.
And all there is to offer. So for more information, you can go to transformtutor.com. We'll also have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break.